6 decades of combined experience covering the royal family. Neil Sean is a UK royal reporter, has worked directly with members of the royal family, including Princes William and Harry. And Arthur Edwards is a royal photographer who has been with The Sun since 1977 and has covered William and Harry since they were little boys, and has become close to the family over the years through his coverage. It's wonderful to have both of you with us. Thank you so much for being here. Arthur, let me start with you. What was your reaction to the Queen's statement today?
I thought it was very measured, very short, 61 words. But it's the line about, although some recollections may vary, so obviously they've tackled the issue of the race, and that's primarily the concern. And whoever made that remark to Harry has obviously fessed up, and they're discussing it, but he obviously thinks that it was under different circumstances and different meaning to what Harry's made clear in the interview with Oprah Winfrey.
You know, interestingly enough, Thomas Markle, who is Meghan's father, who's been a hugely controversial figure in all of this, he didn't come to walk her down the aisle, Prince Charles did. He spoke out about his interpretation of what that comment might have been. Watch this.
The thing about what color will the baby be, or how dark will the baby be, I'm guessing and hoping it's just a dumb question from somebody. You know, it could just be that simple. It could be somebody asked a stupid question rather than being a total racist.
So that possibility didn't get much air or much talk time in that Oprah interview. Neil, what do you think?
Do you know what's interesting, really, Martha, is this. When you look at the bigger picture, you know, they've managed, Harry and Meghan have managed to turn this into a bit of a trash TV fest. I mean, all of these things surely could have been resolved. And a couple of the issues that I have a problem with is when she says that she went for help but there was no one to turn to. Well, Prince Harry is, if you like, so well connected to all of these mental health charities. Surely he would have been able to speak to one of those, somebody in that camp that he would know, to help advise his wife. There was a lot of holes in these stories for me that didn't really ring true. And, you know, people will attack you and say, oh, you know, it's terrible. But you, first of all, have to remember that I think Oprah Winfrey really is a fantastic interviewer, but she did really give them a soft ride. She didn't, in my opinion, ask deep enough the questions that we really needed to know. But the major problem for me, I think we all need to look out for Prince Harry. He looks to me to be the one that is most hurting, that is most vulnerable, and he looks on the edge. I don't know if Arthur agrees with me, but we've seen him up close many years. There's something not quite right there. I feel very sorry for him, actually.
Arthur, what do you think about that?
Well, you know, Harry's thrown his brother, his father, and his sister-in-law under the bus in this interview. And, you know, that's surprising, because the one thing, William and Harry were very, very close. And he's done that, and it just seems to be vindictive. It seems like he was trying to get even, and it certainly has upset the royal family tremendously. They've all gathered together, and they've sorted this through, and they're going to sort it out, they say, privately. But of course, there was, you know, I agree with Neil. You know, she didn't ask about why Meghan hasn't taken the baby to see her father. It didn't talk about the fact that Meghan could have got any doctor she wanted in Britain if she wanted to see about her mental problems, and to me, some of the stories were just mind-blowingly untrue. I mean, you can't get married 3 days before the wedding when there's no witnesses. You can't do that. You just, you know, those things are just laughable. And it just, in the end, it made me angry the way that she was going on about Archie's skin colour and the fact that he's not going to get a title and there wasn't getting security. It's not down to the Queen, it's down to Scotland Yard. Prince Andrew got private security for Eugenie and Beatrice, because they were taken away by Scotland Yard. Yeah. So that's what they have to do.
Just a final thought on William. You know, the reports that he was incandescent with rage, we haven't heard from him, but it had to have been a very painful experience to watch this for William and for Kate. Neil, quick thought, and Arthur, quick thought, and then we got to go.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, as Arthur said, they were very close and, you know, more than close. And obviously when one of them gets married, the other gets married, there's obviously a moving point. But I think for William and Catherine, let's not forget, you know, they were very welcoming to Meghan. So they must be really hurting deep down. And I think it's, I just hope it can all be resolved, Martha. We all want the fairy tale happy ending.
A lot of water under this bridge, that's for sure. Quick thought, Arthur, before we say goodbye.
Yeah, well, I think they should all start putting their arms around each other again and get back together. You know, they were a great team, and I think they can still be in the future.
All right. And Prince Charles seems to be absent in this entire thing. He maybe could have helped out as well along the way through all of this. Arthur, great to see you. Arthur Edwards, royal photographer, and Neil Sean, royal reporter for many years. Thank you, gentlemen.